This is a Kurapika X listener fanfic written by me, Gingerly, and it is not available on Wattpad yet. In this AU, YN is 17 and Kurapika is 18. It is set in the auction arc. Chapter 1 of My Imperfect Princess. I'm YN Nostra, older sister of Neon Nostra, the fortune teller. Our mother died a few months after Neon was born, and apparently I was the hated one by my father for looking at her. I was scolded countless times for something Neon did, beaten out of my father being drunk, and if I cried or yelled, he'd call me weak. Therefore, I suppressed all emotions and became a prim and proper lady. But in reality, I'm a shy girl and an unwanted sister of Neon. Unwanted because I can't use men. And I'm physically weak, pale, and have not gone a day like a normal person, no matter how hard I try or train. It was breakfast, and we were all eating in the dining hall. I silently sat there, looking down at my plate as Neon kept on talking about the upcoming auction and all those body parts she wanted. I listened as father sweet-talked her, telling her he will buy her everything and anything she wanted. As I pushed down all my emotions like I have been doing for the last 12 years. I finished eating, bringing the plate to the sink before returning to the direction of my room. When I heard father call out my name, as my gaze was still locked on the floor. We will be going to an auction for a few weeks, so pack your things and you'll have a guard. I nodded, saying a simple "Thank you, father," before continuing walking till I reached my room. Opening the door, I flopped onto my bed as the door closed behind me. I lied there for a moment before getting up and walking to my walk-in closet, filled with outfits, dresses, shoes, and accessories that were gifted to me, the ones that I bought, and rarely the ones that father bought for me. I looked at all of them for a minute before packing all I needed for the trip. If I heard right, York New City. I guess I can visit my friend and a few parks. I thought as I finished packing. I got up off the floor as my head spun. I felt the color drain from my face as the room turned cold before collapsing onto the hard marble floor. Guess I collapsed again. I thought as all I saw was black, waiting for my body to regain consciousness. When I got up again, I felt something wet behind my head. I got up to see a small amount of blood. Before letting out a sigh, I felt the back of my head, and not to my surprise, it healed. Thanks to my nen. My nen was the ability to heal myself or others rapidly, or give them life. I closed my suitcase, putting it aside, and taking a warm shower, washing off the blood before putting on a black button-down dress with a white belt around my hips, my arms covered with a pair of long, silky white gloves, with black knee-high socks to pair with them. I walked out of the bathroom as I thought, I have to clean up the blood soon. But for now, I should rest and recuperate, maybe read my favorite book. Before sitting down on my bed, I took a book off my nightstand titled The Bullet Journal Method I flipped open to the page with the bookmark as I laid back against the wall and pulling my soft and comfy blanket over my legs, reading about rapid logging. Reading around 5 subchapters when my eyelids felt heavy and my body melted into the bed, hands dropping onto my lap as I felt the light and soft bed hug me to sleep into a light nap. The silent creak of my door opening was all it took to wake me up from my nap. I looked over to see a man in a familiar outfit. I've read about it before. And if I recall correctly, this outfit is the traditional outfit of the Kurapika clan that were killed 5 years ago. They were also known for their scarlet eyes that Neon talked about. The man had blonde silky hair, gray metallic eyes, and 5 chains on his hand. Lady YN, my apologies for disturbing your rest. I've brought you lunch as Lady Neon and your father have gone out with a few of my colleagues, he said, laying the tray of food on the coffee table in the corner of my room. I nodded and closed my book before saying in a monotone voice I'd normally use, "Thank you. No, you did not disturb my rest. I was just reading and decided to rest my eyes for a moment." I moved out of my position, proceeding to get my feet on the floor before I felt dizzy, falling to my knees. Causing a thump sound to fill the quiet room, someone called out, "Lady YN, are you sick? Are you alright? Do you need a..." The man held my back to support me, but a ringing in my ear grew louder, preventing me to hear what he was saying. As my breathing became heavier, my throat dried out, as if I were being left at the Egyptian desert. The ringing got even louder as I suppressed the urge to puke out the remainder of my breakfast. But the ringing never stopped, with each passing millisecond, creating a throbbing pain in my head, as if I was getting beaten. The door swung open to a short woman in a dress, holding something, when I fell forward in the man's grasp, passing out, as the ringing in my ear and the throbbing pain got worse. When out of nowhere, the pain in my head and the ringing in my ear eased up slowly but surely, as I was put into a sleep-like state. I woke up a moment later, feeling something wet on my forehead. I got up, peeling it off. A towel? I thought, looking at the wet towel and around my room to see the time. Oh, 12:30. I guess I was out for 20 minutes or so. I thought, getting out of bed to the coffee table to enjoy my lunch. My lunch consisted of a bowl of rice, a steamed salmon, stir-fried vegetables, and a bowl of miso soup. My drink of choice that day was herbal fruit tea. I was enjoying the flavorful meat when there was a knock on my door. "One moment," I said, placing down the pair of chopsticks along with my bowl of rice, before dabbing the possibly there crumbs off my lips. I rose from my seat, heading towards the door, opening it for who knocked on it earlier. On the other side of the door, I saw the man and the woman from earlier, before curtsying, thanking them for helping me. "Lady YN, you can't bow to the workers," the woman said, wanting me to rise, but I didn't. As I retorted, "I am not bowing as your employer, because you are the people who helped me just a moment ago," I said, standing back up, letting them into my room. "My lady, how are you feeling? Do you need anything?" the man asked, concerned. I nodded and continued as the two sat across from me, letting out a huge sigh of relief. "Does this happen often?" the woman asked, hoping I'd shake my head, but sadly I nodded again, causing their eyes to go wide. "My lady, have you gone to a doctor about this?" the man asked. As I finished my meal, "Yes, I have. And if you're wondering, no, there is no cure. Also, may you two introduce yourselves?" I said, not looking at them, but sipping my tea after speaking. As they noticed that they have not introduced themselves. "My deepest apologies, Lady Wayana. My name is Kurapika, and this here is Melody, and we are both you and Neon's guards," the man I now know as Kurapika said. I nodded before getting up. "Thank you for introducing yourselves, but I have some business to attend to," I said, walking to the door, opening it, waiting for them to exit my room. "But, miss, we were told to guard you," Melody said in a warm tone of voice as I let out a nod and walked out of the room, heading to my studies. Thank you for listening to this audio, and I am sorry if the story or the audio isn't good. It's my first time doing this, and I've only written stories before for other channels. I hope you enjoy this, and I do not think I will post this on Wattpad anytime soon.